Speaking of which...
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reid. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
Oh, you keep this place immaculate, I see. Alright, good luck with your download there, doggo.
There has been quite a battle here.
Do you have any loot I can have? Checking.
I'm sure the Ascalon Club has
Oink.
the money to replace the furniture.
Ah, the guy does have a very veiny forehead, doesn't he? The Guard of Preman found these guys. They know where you are. Gonna get you. Gonna get you. They got tonight, apparently. I'll go in that door later. Oh. That. Good dagger. Yeah. I don't like dagger weapons. I like stun weapons. Okay. Side then, I guess. In here. Before I go talk to their founder, I need to loot their place. Keep the basement. Interesting. What are they keeping locked up down there that's so curious, I wonder? There we go. Hello, Johnny's here.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reid. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Here, here, here.
Yeah, I beat his ass.
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you.
Like the fact that I'm the player
Please
character?
accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reid.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
She has proved to be helpful on many occasions.
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman completely, especially if she is a mortal. Too prone to emotions, if you ask me. Too fickle when it comes to important decisions.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill of Lady Ashbury.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer the same fidelity to the Empire?
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skal plague that threatens London and the country. You have been on the front line in the East End, but the time has come to open up a second front here.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine. You have new cases of the outbreak.
We don't know for certain, but we cannot allow the disease to threaten the prominent heads of Great Britain.
Why are you suddenly so friendly? The last time I met one of yours, he tried to kill me.
Are you referring to Fergal? He was the most useful of servants, but he was just a servant. You, on the other hand, Doctor, proved yourself much more worthy.
You want me to find possible sources of the outbreak in the West End? Is that it?
Ah, straight to the point, like all eager newborns. We shall have time to talk about all this, Dr. Reid, but first, I should like to get to know you better.
Talk? Is that the only reason you asked me here?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon, who made such a powerful progeny of his sister. You have not learned the name of your maker, am I correct?
Yeah, look, he does seem to be maybe not quite as epic as I was expecting him to be.
No, I haven't.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reid. We all make mistakes. But whatever your lineage, you are definitely Ascalon material.
What do you mean?
I would like you to become a member of the Ascalon Club, and to serve me as such.
Before I accept, I have so many questions.
Please ask.
Why have I zoomed in so I can't see the other guy anymore? Oh well.
What is the Ascalon Club's express purpose?
We follow the credo of William Marshall, the greatest knight who ever lived. As was he, we are sworn to protect the British Empire.
What does Ascalon mean?
Ascalon was the lance wielded by St. George, glorious patron saint of England when he slew the dragon. And like that lance, we pierce the hearts of all our nation's enemies.
And sometimes literally.
William Marshall founded the Ascalon Club.
Not exactly. William Marshall granted me immortality, and I founded the club a few years later. The good knight has been gone for so long.
What does it mean to be a member of the Ascalon Club?
It means that you swear to protect the interests of the crown, that you become a loyal servant of the British Empire.
Do you have any official recognition from the government? A charter from His Majesty the King?
No. Of course, the Ascalon Club publicly supports the Empire, but the true nature of its members remains a secret.
Am I supposed to follow orders?
As founder and chairman of the club, I alone am entitled to make demands of our members. And I do appreciate obedience.
Of course you do.
I killed Fergal, who claimed to be one of yours, sent to cleanse the East End of all skals. Will his death be an issue?
Do not worry. My priorities have changed. Fergal was a zealous servant of mine, but like any servant, he had his limitations and is readily replaced if necessary.
Well, I guess I have to join to further the story, so...
I agree to join the club.
This is good news. Good news indeed in these crucial times. Let's inform the Assembly formally and proceed with your initiation.
My initiation?
Fear not. Nothing fancy nor dangerous. It is just that we, the members of Ascalon, believe that tradition and custom are the backbone of this country.
Yeah, Metzophil, I think I just got voluntold.
My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
That's not creepy.
Well, speak, Dr. Reid, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall. Speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Speak in front of this holy urn of goop.
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation.
So signing something with our blood, that doesn't seem like a bad idea.
Delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reid. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
One of us! One of us! Gooble gobble, gooble gobble. Yeah, it was totally creepy that you licked the blood off of there. But what did you expect, really?
That went well, did it not? It is always useful to bolster the troops' morale, especially before a difficult battle.
You have the makings of a general, my lord.
I was, though very long ago, well, not quite a general, but a proud defender of the crown.
So why did you really want to meet me?
Straight to the point again, young Ekon. All right, let's talk, you and I, Lance Sparrow.
I'm listening, my lord.
According to my spies, you have worked with Dr. Edgar Swansea on the epidemic, and your findings were quite alarming.
Do you know Edgar Swansea?
Not personally, but I've been told he has some sort of immortal fetish and is a good friend of yours.
Does it bother you that I consider him my good friend?
As long as you reveal nothing of the club's inner workings, why should I forbid you engaging in conversation with the good Dr. Swansea?
Quite right.
Yes, I'm convinced the recent invasion of frenzied skals in London is directly linked to the epidemic. This is not the Spanish flu, but something else.
I would be glad to hear more of your discoveries, Dr. Reid, but for now, my main concern is the security of London's inhabitants, both mortal and immortal.
What do you mean?
Alarmed by the epidemic, the Guard of Priwen has started a war against us British vampires. To appease the situation, we must eradicate the skals.
I mean, most of them, at least, anyway. Some skulls are peaceful.
I have met peaceful and wise skals. To exterminate them means we are no better than vampire hunters.
Skals are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So, what do you want me to do?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town. Our absolute priority is to find and cleanse them.
And how would you like me to proceed?
By all means necessary, Dr. Reid. You are now a member of the Ascalon Club and you have carte blanche. Interrogate the locals, follow all the leads you find, and get results.
Oh, good. Crazy pants time again. Oh no, I thought my maker was going to talk to me again. Okay, my mesmerize level is up though. Okay, that means there's somebody else I've been wanting to eat that I can now, except that they're in a very unstable part of town, so I probably shouldn't. Alright, you.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
What's your deal?
How does it feel to be this evening's centerpiece? Figuratively.
Oh, you're the guy with the weird name.
It's quite unsettling. As a doctor,
Aloysius.
I am more used to being the observer than the subject observed.
Do not be alarmed. The Ascalon Club has a tried and tested policy for choosing its initiates.
May I ask who you are, sir?
Why would you be
I'm
interested?
Captain Comova.
As you seem to be the only man in the room with a beating heart, you draw quite a bit of attention yourself.
Ah, vampire senses never cease to fascinate me. They dwarf those of mere mortals. I am Aloysius Dawson, by the way.
Are you not afraid? You are surrounded by vampires.
Sir, it's for that very reason that I joined the club in the first place.
Is not the nature of this club a secret shared by only a privileged few?
My dear Dr. Reid, I have spent years and a fortune precisely to gather that kind of information.
So you asked for membership?
I have been a member of many clubs in many countries. But I must admit, this one is my favorite.
Of course.
Are you a member of the club?
Yes, I am. And I have been for many years. And will be until the day I die.
Which is next week.
What can you tell me about it?
It's not really my place to give you such information. I am merely a mortal member. And a dying one at that.
Are you sick?
Personally, I consider my advancing years are a sickness in itself. My body is slowly abandoning me, Dr. Reid.
In a way, yes.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave?
I would not dare speak of our chairman without his consent.
Mr. Dawson? Of Dawson and Dawson? The wealthiest man in England. It is a pleasure to meet such a prominent figure of London.
A withering London figurehead, to be precise.
Are you sick, Mr. Dawson? I am a doctor, you know.
My case is beyond the scope of traditional medicine. I have spent fortunes on the world's most competent doctors to arrive at that diagnostic conclusion.
I'm sorry to hear that, sir. Should I suppose that you're here in search of some form of immortality?
Absolutely not. I'm here to implement my plan to save the city I was born in. To cast out the ghastly evil that has us all on our knees.
Kinky.
What is the situation like in this part of town?
I am sure Lord Redgrave will enlighten you more effectively than I.
On your knees, suckers.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
I should not say this, but I admire their commitment. This is what the nation needs right now.
Would you help them?
No. There is a time for such methods. But brute force will not be enough to fight this plague. We have to think differently.
But they are our enemies.
They are not mine, Dr. Reid.
Fair enough.
Money cannot solve every problem. This mysterious epidemic is going to require more than money can buy.
You're right. Money is nothing unless one has the will to wield it. I have a plan, sir. A radical one that will save all that is essential in London.
What is your plan, then?
Quarantine and barricades are futile. What we need is a wall. A formidable, unscalable
Found him, Luca.
wall to isolate the deserving from the infected masses.
We found Trump's ancestor.
By doing so, you would create two separate ghettos. What if the disease gets past the wall? The results would be disastrous.
Not if we eliminate all suspected cases of infection as soon as they appear. A necessary sacrifice.
Are you not mistaking sacrifice for summary execution?
Why do you care? Are you not a vampire? Removed from all mortal concerns? Decisiveness is what the city needs, and it needs it now.
Fine then, be that way. I'm gonna see if I can go bust through the basement now. Got this basement key. Go snooping. I don't know where the basement is yet, but let's go looking back here. Oh, no, that's outside. Okay. I guess we'll search the basement later. Probably gonna have to come back here anyway. We'll check it out then. In the meantime... Yeah, let's see. We're supposed to question people, but let's just see. Is there anything new going on the map? Yeah, Swansea wants to talk to us. Do that later, though. Investigations. Got all those done. Those. Still haven't learned who can read Braille yet. That's pretty much it. It's okay. Let's go check out Emily's house before
I
we
think
do much
Lord
else.
Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Yeah, hardly news. Come on, Johnny. We already knew that.
I cannot enter.
I guess we can question people along the way, but right now I want to check out this Emily thing. That's the important thing to do in an RPG. You got to do your side quests first, whenever possible. Which should be basically always. I guess it's this place. Get in from here, though. Yeah, exactly, Mezifil. You never know when those points of no return are. Also, it's good to have the extra XP ahead of time. Yeah, you never know when you're going to get barricaded off and that sort of thing.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jonathan, is that you? I did not know you were back in London.
Who are you?
Oh, my dear Johnny. I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was
What a
going to
name.
bed, actually.
Too bad, let me in.
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes. For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan. Know that you are always welcome here. But at this hour of night?
It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
Do you make a habit of just hanging around your house wearing laurels on your head?
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan, please accept my condolences for your sister.
No, I will not accept them.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden. And I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
Oh, Luca. Listen to you, eh?
Do you need my medical attention?
No thanks, Jonathan.
And I've asked her everything I can, I think.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
The McPhersons. I heard they locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit. A big house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
Alright, fair enough.
Goodbye for now.
Now I will walk around and take your stuff.
Remember when Mary came here with her husband and her son? They were such a beautiful family.
I bet they were. Leave money lying around in your kitchen, why not? I don't think I can get to Emily's place from here, though. Oh wait, maybe I can. There's upstairs.
Welcome here. But at this hour of night?
Okay, you can go to bed now. I don't need you anymore. Your services are no longer required. You may go. Oh, Mrs. Journal. Wait a minute. Clarence spent half his pension to print some stupid leaflets he wants to freely give away in the neighborhood. Clarence isn't, Throgmorton, is he? We're working with him? Oh no, this is somebody else. Maybe he's working with him, though. Alright, this... Yeah, this is above Emily's place. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted.
No invitation is needed to enter this building. That can't be a good sign. No sign of a struggle. It seems Charlotte's friend knew the killer and let him in.
Can't wait to see you again. Turn into one of us too, and we will rule the Knights of London and cleanse the city of impure souls. Oh my.
Emily wanted to become a vampire. Something must have gone wrong. Someone is responsible for this mess.
And she's also gone crazy. What was that? I saw a distraction symbol or something. There it is.
Blood. I should follow the trail.
Yes, quite. The trapdoor. Seems I can't interact with it. Any other clues? No, I guess we're going back outside then. It's really thinning out though, isn't it? Have some tentacles! Now, good for you. Hi. What's up? Who are you? Whoever you are, you're at the end of my blood trail.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the
Oh,
same.
you're Jacques.
I'm the Marquis de Bois-Colombes. and I strongly invite you to find your own game, sir.
I appreciate the invitation, but I'm here to solve the mystery concerning the death of a young woman killed by a vampire.
A young woman killed by a vampire? Oh, you're joking, right? Oh, I do love the British sense of humor.
What are you doing here?
I recently decided to visit London. I've always dreamed of visiting a city on the verge of collapse. Such a delicate, yet intense spectacle.
I hate you already.
You take pleasure from others' misery.
I have been a totally depraved and immoral creature since the day I was
Proud of it.
And probably before.
What do you plan to do here?
Take pleasure. Take pictures. Enjoy the show. Have fun. Believe me, I won't be the only foreign immortal who bought a ticket to the fair.
And who exactly are you?
I am Jacques-Michel Guillaume Florimond de Marquis de Bois-Colombes.
Gesundheit.
At your service, my dear cousin.
You're French, but your English is quite good.
I was born in France, sir, but I consider myself a traveler of this world. So many countries, so many tantalizing tastes.
Dear cousin, are we related?
We could be of the same blood, my dear. I tend to consider all Econs as family, don't you?
I'm not your dear, motherfucker.
I followed the trail of blood from her room to here.
Oh, you're referring to that young woman. Yes, the meeting turned messy. I'm afraid I ruined my last redingote.
So you admit
Whoever that
you
is.
murdered her?
I admit nothing, my good sir. I only regret the blood of that girl staining my clothes. Oh, blood can be so messy.
What happened?
She wanted to become one of us. Not the first time I have received such a proposal, but I must admit her direct approach tempted me.
And then what?
Her body rejected my blood. It happens, you know, sometimes even with voluntary prey. At least her gurglings brought me some fun, until the artery burst.
I was gonna kill you anyway, but the way you butchered that use of an apostrophe, I think I'm just gonna have to kill you even harder now.
Your cruelty deserves punishment, sir.
And what else is new?
Have some tentacles on the house. Complimentary tentacles. Great. Damn, this guy's tough. Of course, bringing in help was not very sporting, was it? Ugh. Have some damage. Ah, come on. Dodge that. Ah! Jerk! Off me. I hate you so much. You know what? Maybe I'll come back fight this guy later when I'm higher level. Holy crap. A part of the reason he does so much damage, Mesophil, is because he's like 8+ levels higher than me. That doesn't help.